Word is everybody enjoyed the sunshine yesterday, Tuesday. Looking outside right now, give you a little hint. It's going to be partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning, and then this afternoon, I'm going to show you just exactly where maybe you can find just a little bit more sunshine. But it's going to set up. I'm looking outside the Peculiar right now. Cloudy skies. Not a bad day overall. But let me show you this. Here it is about 4 p.m. There'll be some clearing. I mean, this is 37% cloud cover. That's as low as it gets. 26% over towards Warrensburg. It's going to be about 75%, 80 clouds. But here comes a little cloud break from about 3 p.m. on to about 5 p.m. I think the sun will shine in west central Missouri. So find a little bit more sunshine. It is out there before some rainier weather heads our way. We've been talking about that. We know that for sure. So here we are, 76 up in Kansas City today, 77 over in Clinton. I think it's going to be 78 down in Fort Scott and Nevada. So, like I say, other than clouds, a little bit of sunshine this afternoon, not too bad for a day overall. Here's the surface chart. This is dealing primarily with after the 3, 4, 5 p.m. hour, something like that, all west of I-35. I think we have some pop-up thunderstorms in more central and northeast Kansas a little bit. Can't rule anything out, and that's the way it is. That's why I brought up this particular surface chart really for the next several days, all the way into Monday, which we're going to talk about in just a second. There's going to be pop-up stuff everywhere. Did anybody catch the little line last night that was moving through, I think about 10:30, that moved through Drexel? I think it started over by Paola, worked through Drexel. It was just a little split along that cold front last night, and a quick little thunderstorm, and it moved through. And I don't know if the winds were too bad. I didn't see anything too bad, but that's how it is. That's how it's going to be over the next several days. So pretty tough to go by hour and say what may happen, except for a couple specific time periods, which I will show you. But that looks to be the way of today. I still think that the bulk of the precipitation is going to show up on Thursday, and here is exactly what that looks like to me right now. Stepping back a little bit later in time as far as the majority of the precipitation. So during the day on Thursday, there are definitely pop-up showers, heavy at times, but I think by and large, some will get a little bit of rain and some will get nothing during the daytime Thursday. So I'm looking more to the overnight, specifically around 11 p.m. to midnight, that I think out in central Kansas, we do see heavier rainfall. But look what happens as this moves east, just a little bit less by the time we're around Emporia, Eureka, and it could be very early hours. Most likely will be very early hours of Friday morning before the heavier rainfall arrives. And I'm looking possibly as late as 9, 10 a.m. That the heaviest of what does make it easterly winds up over here. But this will be, like I said, back this up one more time. This will be a west to east moving system, lessening as it goes. And so that is what I see for the schedule of it. Let's get back to Rain and Mouse. Let me show you just exactly what is possible there. So because of that, I showed you where it was heaviest, right? Possibly 2 inches, 2.25 inches or so in central Kansas. We move over more towards eastern Kansas. I think they're going to be in the inch and a half category. And so for our area, it just keeps getting less and less. 0.8. So over half an inch, between 1 inch, anything like that is possible across state line is what I'm seeing. Again, this would be, Thursday night into Friday. So this would be possibly by the Friday afternoon hours for totals we're looking to pick up. So let's look at Monday. Monday has been pointed out as the next severe weather alert day. That stuff definitely holds. If you were looking yesterday, what I was saying about it, there was a low pressure surface low that was caused a little bit more in Nebraska, and it's still going to trend off northeast. Today's data, I see that popping up just a little bit further to the north. So that's possibly a good sign, but there is still a trail of severe weather that could absolutely set up across central Kansas, east central Kansas, west central Missouri in the Monday afternoon to evening hours. So the majority of the low looks by today's data to possibly be tracking a little bit north, but we will absolutely watch. Actually, all the way from, as you can see, Oklahoma all the way up into the northern Great Plains is identified in a 15% severe weather risk by the Storm Prediction Center. So we will continue to watch that. If it tracks off north, likely there will still be some threats for our area, even if it does continue that northward trend. So we will keep an eye on that. That is what I know today, my friends. Have an awesome day. I will keep you posted and catch you back next time. See ya.